where should Christians, so you talked a little bit about abortion and sanctity of life there yesterday. I'm confused as a Christian where I should stand on the death penalty.
Yeah. I would say the death penalty is a very different issue than the abortion issue, and that the abortion issue is always an innocent life, and the death penalty is sometimes an innocent life. I think where the death penalty gets incredibly confusing is that we have a flawed justice system. And so we don't always know if the person who's got the death penalty is guilty or if they're innocent. There's a book that just came out by Brian Stevenson that I was listening to as I came back home, and I think it's called Just Mercy, and there's going to be a movie that's coming out on it January 9th, and it's a powerful look at the Alabama justice system and a number of cases where somebody was unjustly put on death row. Oftentimes there were racial motivations that were behind it, or just bad science that was done along the way, and so people get put on death row without deserving to be there. And so in a perfect system, I think that the death penalty would be a just penalty for a number of different criminals. But in an imperfect system, it becomes really hard to say, yes, we should have that imposed on people if we don't really know if they're innocent or guilty. So I think that it becomes an ethical dilemma because of the practicalities that are behind it, not because of the philosophy that's behind it. In the Bible, the death penalty was given for a number of different things that were infractions in the Old Testament, and so we know that it's not out of bounds totally. But I think that your justice system has to be really, really good in order to be able to implement that pragmatically as a Christian.
Yeah, and for me, like as I've done, work and thoughts around it, like I've come to the conclusion I'm not a huge fan, because of the way I've seen it play out in our society and the world, that it's hard to find how we do it and how we align it, justice, happening inside of there and redemption and things like that. But I would say that's another one of those things that Christians faithfully and thoughtfully can disagree on.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad I'm not the person ever in a position to make some of those decisions, because that's, man, a person's life hanging in the balance is hard. But I would say there's a difference. Yesterday, someone walked into a church, I don't know if you saw this and saw in Texas, someone walked into a church and just started shooting people. Right. And then they had armed people respond to save other lives and killed the guy. I think there's a difference in reacting to an evil that's happening and taking other people's lives and stopping, that slaughter from happening. I think that was the best option, inside of something like that, which is a different thing than convicting somebody and having a death penalty and all that kind of stuff. So,
yeah, that's right. That's right.